Hi everyone, this is the third time I've tried to do this video, so if I sound frustrated, it has nothing to do with you. I'm hoping it takes this time. I wanted to check in and talk with you really quickly, hopefully give you some information about the class. If I'm talking fast, I'm just worried that it's going to cut out again. So I'm enjoying the class, I'm enjoying reading your work, I'm getting to know you even though it's only through email and through reading, but I hope if you have any questions, you'll continue to contact me. Let's talk about turning in work really quickly. So most of you are doing a good job. You're getting it in on time, and I really appreciate that. But I did want to talk about the class and why I am not taking any late work for this class. As you can see, this class is a full semester course. It's really it's not truncated, it's the same course that I would teach during the school year, but it's smushed, I guess for a better word, into 4 weeks. So it's really fast and furious. And so I know it's a lot of work. You're doing a lot of work, and I'm doing a lot of work getting material back to you. You've probably noticed that if you are turning things in early in the day, I'm trying to grade them in the early evening, and if you're turning things in later and towards the midnight deadline because you need it, I'm trying to get to them in the morning. I'm hoping that you're taking the information from the papers and that I've given you, the feedback, and that you are using them to make changes within your own work. That's why I spend time putting those grades in. So a lot of you are doing that, and I'm seeing great improvement, and some of you aren't really paying attention to my notes, and you really need to read through all of the notes. And there's a very specific video on our website that shows you how to go in and look at all the pieces. There are really a lot of different ways that you can look. You can look at the spelling and the grammar. You can look at my notes. You can look at plagiarism. So there's lots of different ways for you to get feedback. And then I usually do an end note. Talking about no late work, you've probably noticed I put that everywhere. It's because of this fast and furious pace, right? We just need to keep moving on. So for those of you who are getting things turned in, great, good job, fabulous, I'm really happy. And for those of you who haven't been able to do that, you really need to make a decision today, because I think today is the last day that you can get any money back at all for the course. So if you aren't able to keep up with the work, and I totally understand that, then you'd want to talk to RCE where you signed up for this class and probably drop today. If you are like, no, I'm going to stick with it, then you really have to turn in the work on time, and you really are going to have to think about your habits in the next 4 weeks of the class in order to finish it and be successful. So great. So that kind of deals with that, and if you have any questions, shoot me an email. Let's talk really quickly about blogs. They're looking good. Please post them directly into the blog box. Do not put them in a document. I'm not looking at format. A few people have had some questions about how do you respond to somebody else's blog post, and it's a little tricky. I don't think it's intuitive in Blackboard. If you open up the assignment or the blog and you look at your name, there'll be an arrow, which is a pull-down menu, and that pull-down menu will allow you to look at the other students' posts. You can post directly with them there. Let's talk about microthemes for a second. So again, I'm expecting you're going to read my notes, make changes to your materials, and some of you are doing that. Most of you have been continually forgetting your Works Cited page, and that's a no-no. You have to have a Works Cited page for this kind of work. Make sure you include them in your papers. I've been seeing some good work with in-text citations, but some little mistakes here and there. If you're confused at all, make sure that you go to the OWL Purdue website. I've been putting the link on most of your papers. It's all over our website, and that will help you with citations. I did want to mention about paraphrasing, because this is looking like it's a problem in this class. Paraphrasing requires citation. And paraphrasing is tricky. So there are 4 rules when paraphrasing work of an author. It must be entirely in your own words. Any specific words from the text, so I'm not talking about ands and ofs and thes, have to be put in quotes. You can't add your own interpretations, and the structure and the idea has to be different from the original source, and you still have to cite it. So in my mind, I feel like it's way easier to just go ahead and quote the material and put the citation in, but if you are choosing to paraphrase, make sure you're citing. Any material that you use from an original source, paraphrased or quoted, has to be cited every time you use it. Some of you are doing some really great work, and I'm seeing this really nice movement in between quotes and then contextualization, or you're adding analysis afterwards. So there's this real clarity between you and the text that you're using to support the ideas that you have, and I'm really liking that, and you'll continue to do that through the semester. So good job, and those of you who did that got some really good grades. Okay, keep reading the notes, keep reading this stuff online. Please make sure you read the website daily. There's information on there that a lot of you are emailing me questions about that if you would have read through the material, you would have seen it. And that's really helpful. It saves all of us time if you read through the information and I don't have to answer the same question a whole bunch of times via email. All right, I think that's all I want to talk with you guys about today. Good job. Keep up the great work, and hopefully I'll hear from you if you have any questions. Thanks.